Everybody listen up. This is J Mike in the cut. David Lopez, hey, what's up? What you gonna say? Or what? Hey, this is the hip hop hour. I hope y'all out the shower. Cause we are so fresh and so clean up in this. Oh, we so pristine. What? And you know we mean what? And you know we just barely over 19. I'm talking 20, 17. That's my graduation class, baby. If you don't like it, tell your lady. She can hop in my Benz or Mercedes. Hey. Now watch me whip, watch me nay. They don't even want to hear it, then we go to day. Oh, everybody looking at us like the hip hop hour. The hip hop hour. The hip hop hour. The hip hop hour. Lit to the hip hop hour. J Mike, D-Lo. This is how we go. Everybody free throw. No Shaq. We always missing like. Wait, we never missing. We always on point. LeBron, you already know we on. This is my favorite song. No chance. Everybody wrong. Oh, snap. So high. It's like I hit from the bong. Can I say that on the radio? I don't know. I'm crazy, yo. Call me lunacy. They don't even know me. G, they coming at me like this is 91.5 WGRE. GRE. GRE, WGRE 91.5 is an alternative.
We just made a song. That was incredible.
That was all off the top, baby. Off the top.
Straight off the dome.
Y'all need to stop playing around and sign me.
I'm going to sit here and interview Mr. J. Mike.
Oh man!
Mr.
Oh
J.
no!
Mike.
No! We ain't gotta go there, David.
But we will.
We ain't gotta go there. We ain't gotta go there.
You have skill and clearly you have passion. So let's do it. Just a very mini, small interview.
Why did he put me on the spot?
To all of our listeners, he had no idea that we were gonna do this.
I didn't.
But I think it's good to learn a little bit about your hosts. So
all right. Well, this is happening.
Mr. J. Mike, it's an honor to speak with you. So glad you could be on the show live on 91.5.
Of course, I flew all the way out.
So first question, like we usually do, what's your story with hip-hop? How did you get into it?
My story with hip-hop is I got into it at a very young age. My dad used to bump like old school R&B in the back of his car, right? But then like he would always bump the 90s jams, right? And then so I was always just feeling it, and my dad would always be getting into it. Like, he would get hyped to these songs. Yeah. Like, you know, like how the brothers be jamming when they driving. He's like,
the head bob
they were like, and then like they would turn it up, and my dad, like, I swear he was deaf, and he would always, oh my god. So we had this big stereo system in our house, right? Like one of the old school stereo systems. You know what I'm saying? Where you got like the big stereos and like the big actual control boxes for the stereo. That's what my dad had, right? So he rocked with that. Then he was always jamming to like Prince. I don't know. It was just like a combination of Prince, R&B, and hip hop, like 90s hip hop, and I loved it, right? And then, but anyway, so like that's how I just like got fascinated with it. But I didn't even want to start writing until I watched 8 Mile with Eminem. Yeah. And I was just like, yo.
How old were we when that came out?
Bro, I was like 10.
Yeah.
Or 11.
I remember that.
That's probably not a bad thing. Like that's probably a bad thing. That
and you're watching 8 Mile at 10?
And my parents were just like, it's fine. I'm like, I don't know why they like just condoned that, but they did. So
thank God they did.
Yeah. So, but then, like, I started picking up the pencil, I started writing, and then I told you about my first whack rap. But then, like...
What was it? Tell the listeners.
Nah. They can go back to the first episode on our YouTube channel, and they can peep it. But anyways, but then, I started to, like, freestyle and stuff like that. But then I went to school, right? And then people, it was, oh, dude, I remember this. I used to tell people, like, yo, I wanna rap. And they were like... Okay. And you know how like people would like they take you serious a little bit. They're like, all right, so spit something.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I got you. So then like in the back of the buses, everyone would just like be like, you know, rapping and stuff. And like I would always cheat because I was never good at freestyling, but I like wrote stuff all the time. And even though it was whack, it was dope for like a freestyle.
Yeah.
And then so like that's what I used to do in the back of the bus, and they were like, yo, this dude is like dope, like, oh my god. And then like it started to happen at like lunchtime. Like I sat with like the nerds and that type of genre, and that was me, man. I was a fat, chubby, nerdy kid in like middle school and elementary school, right? And then like there was these tables over there where people like beatboxing on the table, and they would just be like and then like they'd have whack rappers, right? And then they'd be like, yo, who's trying to rap? And then they battle each other, and I'm like, man, I was nervous because I was like, I'm not trying to get flamed in front of this whole school, you know what I'm saying? Because that was a death sentence in middle school, you feel me?
Yeah, no.
But then, I don't know, man. I kept working on freestyles, and time after time, I finally got good at it. So I was just like, F it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to start writing songs. And then all of a sudden it happened, man. I'm still writing.
What's the first big song, your first, your first project song you've ever written? And how have you developed from them to now?
I think my first project, like my big song I wrote was like JDOG.
JDOG.
Like J the OG, but it's like JDOG.
Ah.
Like yeah.
What's that song about?
It wasn't about a damn thing. It was so whack. Yo, it was so whack. But it was that song and White Boy Wonder. It's cause like I never thought I'd get I didn't explore my identities, right? My multiple identities, because I'm mixed. I'm white, black, I'm Cherokee, right? But I look white, you know, I'm white skin, blue eyes, blonde hair. It's like if you really pay attention to detail, that's when you start to notice, right?
Yeah.
But I look white, like surface level. Like if you just scanned over a room, they'd be like white, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I went by the pseudonym of White Boy Wonder for a while, and then. Like, people rocked with it. They were like, whatever, because I had dope raps. But then, like, I dropped JDOG, and they were like, that's kind of hot. And I put it up on Facebook, and everyone was like, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that was that.
So how have you developed from White Boy Wonder to J Mike? Well, tell me a little bit about that transition.
Well, first, it took me so long to try to figure out a rap name. J-Dog was what I was going to go with, but I was like, yo, J-Dog is so, like, everyone's named J-Dog.
Everyone's just named Dog. Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if they looked up on YouTube, I always projected. I was like, yo, if I was like Jay-Z, and every time they looked up J-Dog, or like their friend's homie's name was J-Dog, they would get my face and it'd be mad annoying, and I ain't trying to go through all that, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, all right. I was like nameless for a while. I was like Gerald Parks, I guess. J Parks, J Dog is what I like stuck with, but I didn't really like it. I kind of picked up Master J Dog, like that was better. But then I was just like reflecting one day, and my mom namely, whenever I was in trouble or whatever, she would just be like, Gerald Michael, and then like she would like call my name like that, but then she would say J Michael sometimes. And then, like, when she was trying to be funny, she would be like, J Mike. And then I was just like, haha. But then, like, I started reflecting on it. I was like, yo, J Mike ain't bad. No. J Mike ain't bad if it, like, settles on the tongue a little.
It does.
Like, so I let it marinate. You know, Michael Jackson, this is it. I let it marinate. I let it marinate. And then,
can't believe I got that reference.
Yeah. Anyways, let it sizzle.
Yeah,
let it sizzle. But anyways, so, like, I just picked up J Mike, and I like the double entendre of, like, J and then microphone. And then people always put my name with a G, so that's J covered that. Then Mike, like, microphone, Michael, you know what I'm saying? MIC, but people still call me J Mick, but it's all good, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was that, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm done answering that question.
All right, good. So for my next question, I've listened to a lot of your music. It's all on SoundCloud, and a lot of your raps seem very pensive. Like you've thought a lot about the specific words that you're using, and a lot about the subject matters and things like that. So how did you develop your craft? How did you develop the flows that you like to use, the specific, the way you like to group words and things. So just take us through the story of how you really developed the way that J Mike is gonna rap, distinguishing himself from other artists.
I think I'm still doing that, man. Honestly, like it's very difficult to try to find your sound and your persona that sticks out, so incredibly noticeable. And so. For me, I think I'm more of like a poetic, conscientious type rapper. And I think I've been like developing that and delving into that. And I think it's really cool, the style that I have with that. But in terms of like my flow, like when I'm not goofing around like I just did and
Yeah.
like freestyle and stuff like that. Because I do that a lot too. It's a lot of fun. People laugh. I like to make people laugh. I think like I like audience reception and audience feedback. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the things. I think that's a difference between a rapper and an MC, and I kind of want to be like both. You feel me? I want to be able to like MC a crowd, but also rap. You know what I'm saying? So like not a lot of people are like that. A lot of people just rap and then leave. You know what I'm saying? I think the greatest people do both. So yeah, man, that's that. But in terms